And we begin. Yes, thank you, Twitch, for telling me I can cheer on my own stream. Really helpful to know that. Right, I know Paradox. It's a terrible, terrible publisher. Well, terrible developer for sure. We all know how bad late game Stellaris and games like that can get because they code it to only use a single core in a time when everyone uses 16. But this game is not made by Paradox, it's just published, so I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. I did a little test run yesterday for an hour, and it actually seems like it could be fun. It's that sort of halfway point between satisfactory and playing Minecraft with factory mods, like modern industrialism. Hey Fox, hey lady, how you doing? So yeah, I'm not gonna. I did my test stream, my test game yesterday, so I'm just gonna start a brand new one. This is the first run through. I'm being a cheesy git and just cranking everything up to maximum. Ore patches and all that. That's the only like options you really get is ore patches. It's not like Factorio where you can turn off cliffs and all that nonsense and like change the biomes of the world. It's just how often do things turn up? And it's a factory game. We want resources. We want to eat them all. We want to make the entire planet a factory. And then general, it's creative. It's nice that you can do a creative mode in a game like this. Always nice. Yeah, I'm streaming way earlier than I normally do because I was like, I want to play a game. I wanted to play this, but I needed to have a reason. So I'm like, you know what? I'll stream it for a couple of hours, and then I'll go back to watching anime and just having a lazy Sunday. Yeah, and I don't know how much of... Okay, so he is actually... Oh, it just takes away the starting narrative. Okay, the intro narrative. I was wondering whether or not it would take the entire narrative out of the game, because quite frankly, they do use AI voice, and it starts to grate on you when you realise just how little inflection there is in the voice. But let's just click start. Oh, and Critters, it just lets little tiny beasties be walking around the planet. It doesn't really do anything. Yeah, we'll...
Welcome, operator. I'm Carl.
Welcome to AI voice Carl.
This resource-rich moon has been selected for the Foundry initiative with the goal of converting it into a manufacturing hub. Construction work has already started, and many teams, just like us, have been deployed with their initial assignments. Our task is to establish mining and smelting operations.
I am going to get a bit of a jump start on what it's going to ask us to start doing.
My goal is to assist you in setting up this factory. Let's run a few basic checks before we get started. Open your map to check your surroundings. Fantastic. There are several ore patches in the vicinity. Equip your ore scanner from the inventory and use it to locate the ore patches. To get started, approach both of the ore patches and mine some ore.
Yeah, like I said, it does seem like it's not quite as like graphically fancy as Satisfactory. It's a bit more stylized, which I don't mind. I like a little bit of style sometimes. Especially if you're going to be having a giant factory later on, it's nice to have the a nice stylized sort of like natural area next to just factory. It's a nice bit of contrast. And I know it said only get 100, but I'm taking all of it that's on each side because, quite frankly, we are going to need it for what it's going to ask us to do. Where was the other patch? It's essentially our copper and iron of the game. They just gave them different names. I mean, Xenoferrite is just alien iron, quite frankly, with that name.
Great. Now that we have an initial supply of ore, we need to smelt it into plates and rods. Go back to your drop pod and use the built-in smelters to create your first crafting materials.
I do wonder if OBS was actually telling me the truth when it said that no one was actually watching this right now. You know how it gives you those little stats above the game or just under the game when you select it? It's like, there's this many people following it on Twitch and this is how many people are currently watching. It just didn't have any watchers. It had followers, but it didn't have anyone watching it at the time. And this is the bit that I'm going to find interesting compared to Factorio. The fact that you can modify the terrain. Which is why I'm saying it's very much like, I think we're going to end up playing it like Minecraft, but with tech mods. Take the rods, take those. We are going to want...
We should start crafting building blocks which act as a foundation for other buildings. To do so, you need to open the crafting menu and click the desired items. Then, place them in the shape of a platform next to one of the ore patches. The orange ore will be in higher demand. I suggest starting with that.
And this is our iron ore. We are going to want more of these because it does ask us to put down like a ridiculous amount of smelters and stuff, so we will do that. That is actually, I think, just because it's a 2x2 for the miners and smelters, and then a 1x2 for the inserters, and then we can run the conveyor belts down here, which works perfectly fine. Let's get some of this stuff out of the way because we are going to need to extend it. Hello, Beanie. Yeah, much to Sheepa's anger last night, I told him I caved and bought this. You know Sheepa and his feelings regarding Paradox.
To automate ore extraction, we need to set up a drone miner. Craft one and place it on top of your foundation right next to the ore patch.
Shut up, AI. I'm preempting you. Granted, I can't build everything in advance. That's the thing. I have heard good things about it. I've watched, because there's a couple of people that I have on YouTube whose like pretty much entire thing is factory games. There's Nilaus and Kibitz have both played it, and I watch them for factory stuff when I have nothing else to do, or when I'm looking for like ideas on how the hell do I set a thing up. I'll go and look at them because they're good at this stuff. I think Kibitz is an actual civil engineer, and I don't know about Nilaus, but he may also be an engineer. But they have played this. I have seen videos of theirs pop up, but I haven't watched them, just in case I didn't end up getting the game. Yeah, that is true. It is kind of cheating.
Drone miners and most other buildings require power to function. Let's build a biomass generator on the same foundation as the drone miner. Once built, you need to harvest some plants and trees with your mining drill to collect biomass.
Screw you,
Insert
AI.
biomass into the
I'm
generator, and it will start
already
to
ahead
power
of you.
all buildings on the same foundation as the generator.
Hey.
Go watch your mining drones acquire your first automated ore. Aren't they beautiful? Anyways, we need to get going. Let's build a
I
smelter.
would love to know why they chose an Australian AI to do the voices. These little dorks. Alright, and then we need to make... I'm not just making 1. I'm going to make 4 because it asks you to make 4. So I'm just going to preemptively make 4 because why wouldn't I?
The smelter is more efficient than the
I
inbuilt
can fit
drop
2 more
box
there, and then
so
I've
you
got
can
enough
start using
space
this
to
from now
put
on.
the
Another
research
benefit
thing it tells us
is
to
we
put
can
in later.
automate the smelters to make our life easier. For this, you need to connect the drone miner to a smelter by using loaders and conveyor belts. Let's start by crafting the required machines. 2 loaders, 1 for the smelter and 1 for the drone miner, as well as a few belts to connect them. While you're crafting those, I will notify Mission Command on our progress. Communication link establishment failure. Curiously, I find myself unable to make contact with Mission Command. It could be a technical anomaly. I shall persist in my attempts.
Oh, I should have made 1 more conveyor for this because we need 3. I know it asks us for 20, but we will get there. So it is quite nice. I mean, compared to Factorio with the moving arms, I don't know if it's as nice. Oh, you don't have to go to work, Ace. It's a Sunday. It's the day of our Lord Factory game. This may end up being a game that we like play multiple times. It really does depend on how much it grabs us and whether it's entertaining enough. Between Factorio and... Oh, well, just mainly Factorio, I played a lot before I ever started streaming. Right, let's get those couple more smelters, get more conveyor. Yeah, so when I played Factorio on stream, I kind of knew what I was doing. I had, like, blueprints for, like, how to do things well and vaguely efficiently. But obviously I don't quite know yet how... What's the word I'm after? How friendly is to the way I normally play, because I normally do the good old classic, like, belt boss in the middle. Bye-bye, Beanie. Have a good one. Don't work too hard. Right, so we know you're gonna ask for that, so we're gonna do that in advance. Take all of that. I do like how with the production it just takes enough off the belts to make sure it doesn't stop working. Unlike some games that take like 100 ore off a belt when they can only use like 2 at a time. It just ends up like just sitting wasted in there, whereas these, they only take what they need. So I think it probably will end up being a bit more efficient overall. Doing this like classic, just like manifold thing of the first one gets full, then the second, then the third, then the fourth. So we're going to put you there and you there. Then we're going to have to build the rest of the conveyors. How many do we need? Only need the 4. There we go.
You have the machines
F2 for that, and then get rid of it.
Now, attach a loader to each machine and connect them with conveyor belts.
Haha, screw you. I've already beaten you to it.
Remains non-responsive. Our objective is near completion, and immediate guidance from mission command is required. Great. We connected the machines and have automated the tedious process of moving items by hand. Isn't automation great? Now it's time to scale up and build more smelters. A single belt full of ore can
He's just gonna read off every single thing that he's meant to say now, because I did it too fast.
A loader only adds enough items at a time to a machine to ensure it doesn't...
He wasn't expecting it.
Makes it easy for you to have multiple machines fed by a single long belt. We have completed our initial mission of setting up a smelting facility. We've done a great job, haven't we?
I think what I am going to do is
further instructions.
I'm going to ignore him for now.
I think we'll have to improvise. My archives contain a blueprint for a research server. Through material analysis, I should be able to provide an emergency beacon blueprint. Let's get going and build a research server.
I'm going to ignore him for now and do the exact same thing but on the other ore, because I'm fed up of having to like, go back and forth. Especially since, you know, at the moment we don't have any way to get the good stuff off here. And it's really slow mining it by hand. So yeah, we need rods, which unfortunately take ages. Is there another really obvious thing of premium ore nearby? We can't reach that. That's unknown stuff because we don't know what it is yet. Green is just trees, I think. So yeah, unfortunately, we are going to have to do this the boring way for us, for a small while anyway. Really, what I should have done is completely ignored him altogether and just done a separate miner over here with a couple of the smelters over here and then carried on with it. I think that's probably going to be the best way to start games of this out. Get me some of those. You are actually not strained yet. Not until we put the research thing on there. Yeah, I want this to I want this to be level. God, it really does just feel like Minecraft right now. Considering the last Minecraft mod pack I was playing had... Did it have drills? Actually, no, it didn't have drills. It only had a few of the factory mods in, surprisingly, because I was playing one of the sky blocks. All the mods 9, but the sky block version. Right, give me so many plates. I am not going to need plates for a while. Whoa! Let's not waste them all like that. Right click, not control click. Hang on, I need to double check, but has Seribot just not turned up and not taken shield mode off? No, it's still saying shield mode is on. Thanks, Seribot, for just not turning up today. There's the off button. Yes, don't show it again. I know that I'm turning shield mode off. It's meant to do it automatically. I mean, luckily everyone that's talked was a follower, so it's not been a problem, but... How will I know if anyone did try and talk when they weren't a follower? I always assume that Seribot is going to turn up and do its thing. Okay, so... Still didn't have enough for that. Come on. There we go, so a miner. Let's put a smelter, get another loader. Conveyors we should be fine with. Do you need more technium rods still? Ah, damn. Oh, just let me get enough to put the basics down. I'll just do the one smelter for this side for now. Let's get another loader. Right, so we've got 2 loaders, we've got the conveyor belt, we've got the smelter, we just need the foundations. Oh, and we probably need another biomass generator, aren't we? Because that one may not be able to deal with what we're doing. I do like how it's using the same power system as Tectonica, which is you build stuff on foundations and the foundations are what give you the power. So as long as things are on the foundation and there is power going there, you'll be fine. Speaking of power, that's run out. But that's fine, because it's full on that side right now. No concern whatsoever. Let's... 5 electronic components. Okay, and we still need 2 more rods. Come on. Almost there. Almost there. Now we can carry on with the bits that are actually now progressing. Okay, so 1 biomass burner. Oh, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to split it. Is there a way to split? There we go. Shift and right click. So you get half of it. And you get half of it. I like how L is a flashlight for some reason in this game. Right, okay, so number 5, we want you. Then we want number 6. And then number 4. There we go. And now you, making our rods. Okay. So place the research server down, which we have built. There you are.
To advance in research, you will need to build science packs. Craft a few by hand and insert them into the research server to research the emergency beacon blueprint.
That should be the 3 we need. Research interface, which is basically just Factorio's one for now. I know it's early access, so I'm not going to complain. The only difference is it does, I think, show all of the tech tree up front rather than just what's after what you're currently looking at. And then manage inventory. We have got 3. There we go. We are going to need more, so we might as well start preemptively crafting a few. Because once we've researched this and dropped it down, we will have to do an assembler research. And that is where I left off my test game. So yeah, I spent a little bit of time wandering around, not knowing what, just having a bit of like a look around, nose at what things were like on my test game. So I was like playing it for an hour and been playing for like half an hour, and I'm already further in really, like build wise.
But not too close to your existing machines. Those rescue parties tend to land right on top of the beacons.
Okay, we need. What were you under? You are under. What were you under? There you are. Emergency beacon. This is where we get our annoying little robot companion, which I am going to call Seb for reasons you will soon notice. Drop you down, get the hell away from it, and look up. Oh, we gotta press the call button first. Beep.
Great. Now you might want to take a step back and look up.
One of these days, games are going to realise that falling from orbit, you don't go instantly downwards.
Will help us establish a connection with Mission Command. First, let's help him out of that drop pod by deconstructing and placing it in a safe location.
Okay, and then we have you. So we'll just drop you here.
Welcome to the ground C3BB.
His name is C3BB. His name is Seb.
Communicating with Mission Command. Critical damage on the Mission Command space station, you say? Spontaneous explosive disassembly. That's extremely troubling. What now? Are we trapped here? That aligns with our disaster contingency protocol.
The fact that you make noises, I want to shoot you.
Initiate a thorough analysis of the incident. We'll integrate your extended blueprint archive with our research servers and construct a self-sufficient manufacturing facility capable of providing emergency aid.
Yeah, give me the research. Beep boop, beep boop.
You're right. We need a machine that is able to craft common items. I'm glad you have the blueprint stored. Let's go ahead and research the assembler.
Let's see, what else? Oh, we can't even start them up yet. Kind of like stack them and queue them up. Right, so we needed 5. We have enough for enough. Research interface is not the one I want. Manage inventory. So, boop. Yeah, we do have the things for the belts to go in, so we do have a way to automate this later, thankfully. But there is the 5 required for this. So I'm just going to go and do some more biomass harvesting while that happens. And feed those generators. Also, one thing that I have noticed that happens with this that Factorio doesn't have is this gives you seeds when you chop down some things. So it looks like in this one it expects you to be at least replanting a little bit. go. Assembler unlocked. Hello, little one.
Great. The assembler will serve as the foundation for mass producing the most commonly required items. Gone are the days of handcrafting. C3BB has been able to establish a limited connection to the space station and will try to extract useful information. Meanwhile, we should focus on scaling up.
It is true we should focus on scaling up. I don't think Science Pack 2 is going to be needed yet, but at least let's click on it.
Right. For more advanced research, we need to increase our material science knowledge. Our goal should be to develop a more advanced science pack. But don't underestimate the worth of the other blueprints. Early analysis indicates that mission control has already been gone for quite some time, so I don't think we're in a rush.
Let's see, so we've got basic infrastructure. So we're probably going to want that. Character improvement. Get some more characters, some more inventory slots. Not a problem right now, no real need. A bigger generator. Okay, it can burn biomass, but it's advised to use ignium ore instead. Containers. This version can't be automated. Okay. But that's what I suppose the logistics containers are for. Yeah, storage building that can be automated with belts. We're probably going to go more for those than we are regular containers. Conveyor balancer. Split, merge, and balance. That is nice to have it all built in to one thing, I think. The merger and the splitter all in one. Much like the splitter in Factorio, rather than the ones you get in Satisfactory, which are two separate buildings, which is annoying. Decor, don't care about that anytime soon. Same with a door for your buildings. Ladders, lights. Second lane loader. So that's probably going to be useful when we have stuff that requires two components to go in the assembler. Going to have two belts going next to it. A first and second lane loader. What else we got? Scanner for ignium. Probably helpful. Railings again. Not going to give a damn about that stuff yet. Better conveyor belts. It's okay. There's not too much to actually worry about at the start. I really, really hate that you can't queue things up, though. Unless you can, and it's just an awkward way of doing it. I don't think there is a way to do it. Oh well. Oh well. Our inventory, we do have 2, so let's do that. We were researching the container? Yes, the first container. Which will be good because it means we can start pulling stuff out of these and dropping them into chests. So we don't have to keep running back and forth. So I suppose second lane would go here. And we can use the second lane, at least on these, to export them out. For now, I'm just going to make a handful of those. I suppose start breaking some of this stuff up and expand it out a bit. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That should be enough for that. And then an extra lane for the improved ones of those we get eventually. Manage inventory. That should be enough to get these done. Time to crack open a nice cannon monster. Ah, lovely. See, some people, they, you know, get through these games by being actual engineers. Me, I need caffeine. Let's see, is there anything else? We're probably going to need some more loaders and smelters. But let's take 2 of those containers first. 3 of the smelters. And then we do need more of the loaders. Right, what's next? Oh good, we can just go straight to these. Do you need 20 of them though? Don't need balancers anytime soon. Although actually, they're splitters, so we can split it off, bring them together to autocraft some science, but also have the other one go off to fill up these logistics containers. We're going to try and be a little bit smart about this, which I know it's unusual. I don't normally do that, but I'm not going to waste. Actually, no, we don't have many in them. We can't even access it when there's no power. Okay, that's a problem. Okay, and then we'll drop that there. Do some preemptive drilling down here to get into a position where we can build this assembler. We'll move you when the time comes, though. I'm looking forward to. I know at some point this thing has like a really weird thing with some of like the other like the later buildings, where they're like more like Lego. I think when you can like build them like specifically how you want them. I have no idea how that's going to work. It will be interesting to see. Okay, so we want an assembler. We have our 2 logistics containers, so let's... Oh, those are quite chunky, actually. Those are chunkier than I was expecting. Okay, we can build on, like, upper layers. That's not what I asked you to do. Inventory. We are going to need more, aren't we? But that is what the assembly is for. Okay, so assemblers are 3x3. Good to know. Put you there. At least for now, I'm going to put you near at the back. I wonder if you can... Oh, okay, so no, you do actually need to have a loader to do it. I was wondering. Never mind. I need to build these a bit further back then. Actually, saying that, what am I putting them back there for? I can do them in front. I can put them, like, here. Just need to make the room for them. So 1, 2, 3. Also, you are not what I actually want. You are, in fact, ore, not the finished product. So we'll wait on that. We need loaders. That's them. Are we... Nope, we're online. We're working fine. Max output and current output are perfectly reasonable. We're not needing to use too much yet. I'm ignoring you. Let's get another loader to put on here. That's 3. We need a 3x3 for the researcher. Research server can now go here. 2 more of those. Oh, Hezo and Ezzy. How was Halo? You are an intake. You are going to be an outtake. An output. Hey, Snooze. You are going to be science. Oh, Automart, fine. We will allow the term jizz. Because it is, in fact, not a bad word. It is the name of the music style from the Cantina Band in Star Wars. Disney. You can't stop it, Disney. That's what it's called. It's been called it for 50 years. Don't ruin George Lucas's vision for jizz. I'm sure he did have a great time in Halo. You know, he is, as he says, a gamer. He always balling and all of those other nonsense words that he uses. Oh no, I did the price change on the redeems because I didn't want people wasting tokens on really silly things. I can change them if you really want, but... Oh, let's see. Will her work? Will her work? It didn't play the sound for me, again, for some reason, but it at least showed up on the screen. So you... Oh! I can't go straight into it. I can do the technium rod straight into it, but I need machinery parts separately. Hey, Cac. Okay, components. So we're going to need another assembler here. Luckily, we have just enough to make another one. As he does that, as he's throwing people everywhere. It's what he's good at. Something... Is that you making the cat noise? Because if it is, I'm going to shoot you with my non-existent gun. Seb. I'm not joking, it's called Seb. It's C3BB. Its name is Seb. I'm assuming this is the Stinger. Okay, come on, Seb. Tell me what you want. Chat with Seb. You can pet Seb.
Okay, math genius. If it takes 8 small smelters to fill up a conveyor belt, then we'll build 8 for each metal ore.
I wasn't even contemplating being that efficient yet. I was thinking 4 is fine for now. That's why I built this right next to here, but you're telling me that I'm going to have to expand it further? I hate you, you little bee. Okay, so assembler. Let's make sure the panel's facing us this way. Make sure we're 1 back. You go there. Can I do a Factorio on this? No, I can't. Although it is nice to know you can make them go directly in and out. Okay, that is good to know, but it's annoying. I'm going to move that intake then to here and just simply remove that. Because once we've got the long one, I'm going to put the long one here. I think we'll go to there. Oh, enjoy Lancer. I'm unlikely to ever play it. Right, you needed to be machinery parts. Okay, how... Oh, is it just one left? Is it just one left? Indeed, it was just the one left. That should be... Oh no, that was the balancer I was working on. We need the next one, which is research interface. We need second lane loader. 20 science packs. I think we had 7 in the thing, so... Did we have 7 in there? Maybe, but it's already started working on them, so we'll never know. Also, I know this is the landing location, but is there anything you can actually do with... Oh, you can go inside, okay. Customize character, okay, blue. Blue. That really is not much in terms of character customization, but it is early access. It's not like Satisfactory giving you the option of having a big giant bobblehead now, if you so choose. Although they have given Golden Helmet and Golden Nut to people that supported them during early access, which is quite nice. You can get a little tiny chain to hang off your tools that is just a golden nut. So I've realised that the music has just completely stopped. We had music earlier. I'm sure we did. Or is it just really quiet music now? Yeah, it's just really quiet music. The music earlier was louder. Right, okay. I want 2 balancers, 2 extra loaders. I have conveyors. So what we're going to do here. Oh, would it? I know we definitely want to have one over here. Oh, would I rather have plates or machinery parts? I think we'd probably rather have plates, wouldn't we? I may have to move this back again. Or at least feed in from a different side. Okay, almost there. Okay, so does the balancer turn up with the things built in? It does. I'm thinking we're going to want... It's going to have to be here, isn't it? Going to have to be there. Then half of it is going to get used up in the assemblers, and the other half is just going to get stored away. Oh, we are going to have to put I wasn't sure, but yeah, we need foundations for everything. Apart from the containers, maybe. No, containers don't need the foundation, but everything else does. Yeah, intake no foundation. Intake no power. That's fine. It's just because we've run out of power. Yeah, we've just run out of power. Oh well. Time to just destroy the environment again. At least get 200 so we can... There we go. Fill up both sides. Do you think we're going to need at least a couple more manually done? And depending on how fast these can be made, we could just extend this down and have another one. I suppose, for now, make a bunch more foundations. But do you break if I go underneath you? You don't. That's good. You magically float. So yeah, it is very much going to be like Tectonica in the fact that we just end up going to have just like one giant floor of foundations for the power. So I suppose things like foundations are going to be something we're going to want to automate at some point as well. One of these days I should do like a tier list of which of the Factory games I actually like the most. Because honestly, I think it might be Dyson Sphere. I mean, bearing in mind I'm talking unmodded. Unmodded, I think Dyson Sphere is probably the better one. It's the one that I enjoy playing the most unmodded. If we're talking modded, definitely Factorio, because there's a lot of really good mods for Factorio. Satisfactory, now that it's out for 1.0, we might start getting some like really good mods. There were already some good ones, but now that it's like feature complete, we might start getting some that add in extra stuff. Like some of the really like crazy ones, like Angels and Bobs from Factorio, which add in whole new resources, whole new tech trees and everything like that. We might start getting that for Satisfactory now, which would actually be kind of cool, but would also take a lot more effort, because, you know, it's easier to do a 2D texture than a 3D model and then the texture for it. I say easier. Less work. It's still difficult to do 2D and make it look good, especially trying to fit it into the game that's already there. Come on, how long have you got to go? Almost there. Come on, last bit. We have run out of things. That's why it's not happening. There we go. Right, long loader. Okay, so yeah, it sits roughly the same place. It's just one tile longer. And we want you to be output. Perfect. Change you to an outtake. There we go. And now we have those being split off. Some go to there, some go to there. Oh, it's coming together now. It's coming together now. There we go. Then output, 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 output. And there we go, science packs are now automated. Very slowly, but still automated nonetheless. I figure what we're going to end up having when the time comes is a line of these and then 2 lines going next to each other. And then the science packs coming out the backside. Let's think, how would I... Trying to think if there was a way to get these to come around too, but I don't. We could put in, maybe if we swap these 2 around. So you go to there, you go to there. Then we have those 2 removed. Put that, split it in here, maybe. Nope, that's an assembler. I don't want another assembler yet. Logic container. There. Get another loader. There we go. So, plates getting stored, machine parts getting stored, rods getting stored, all good. And research packs are being made. Speaking of research, what's next? Start working on the fuel. So you'd have to keep working on biomass. So you need to get the scanner first, then we can get the burner generator. I'm assuming it's going to either be this one, or possibly both. And at some point, I will actually figure out how to put all this together normally. I wonder how, we do have conveyor belt slopes. So I think it is going to be possible to do the main bus for this. And it might just mean that as the thing goes down, if we have to split one off, we have multiple levels of each resource to balance out the ones below it, maybe? I wonder if you get underground belts in this. Because what it would be for Factorio would have been... main bus is going this way. You'd pop that there. You would have that go off, and then you'd have the next two in there. Then you'd have an underground going across as many lanes as you needed. So yeah, I wonder whether or not we get underground. We'd have to check the research tree, because if we get underground, then we can do that perfectly. If not, we're going to end up having to like be really awkward and get like conveyor belt slopes, which is... oh, that's... oh, I don't like that. They're wide. So you'd have to have yeah, it'd have to have a decent space between lanes. Especially if we do have like multiple levels of conveyor belts for each resource. Let's have a look. So conveyor 2 gets conveyor and conveyor slopes. Balancer just gets a new balancer. Hey, we do get concrete at least. Glass, explosives, escalators. Suppose that's for air transport more than anything. Office furniture, logistics container 2. Filter. Okay, a third lane loader, that's not, but that's just a longer loader. Mining efficiency. Yeah, I don't think we get undergrounds or anything like that in this. We would literally just have to make them go underground ourselves. What am I thinking? Yeah. Rather than having it go over the top, if we have like multiple levels of conveyors, we can dig a hole underneath. And have the thing we want to take off the bus go under the thing and then off. Okay, that would work. That would work. Okay, there's Ignum. Oh, it's actually a little bit down. So we're going to have to dig down for that one. Okay. Yeah, we definitely need to do it because I don't want to have to keep going back and forth to these burners. Well, let's dig out that hole. And we'll start working on getting miners and everything set up. Something like that. Ooh, that's a big patch. Well, it's a big patch compared to what we've got now. I wonder if the foundations work the same as Tectonica, in that you can build them vertically as well to transfer power. Yeah, speaking of Tectonica, I should have a look at that again soon. It's been a while since we played, and it was like... It was good, but it was not as fun as like nearly all of the other Factory games that were 3D at the time. Although I know that I had issues with that one in terms of like powering the things, like powering like miners, because you had to actually feed them fuel rather than like being able to power them via the floor like everything else. Unless you could power them by the floor, and the game never told you could. Or maybe there was a version of the miner that turns up later on that was electric powered rather than fuel powered. Right, okay. Yeah, it's not going to make any research happen either right now because the power's out. Let's quickly do this. I'd at least like to get a proper power setup going before I end stream. I was thinking of like maybe another half an hour, get to the 2-hour mark. Okay, so 100 goes in there. And 100 goes in there. Right, please keep going for long enough to unlock this burner. Right, we are going to want a drone miner. There we go. We're going to want at least one loader to take it out. And does the research say how big a footprint it has? 4 by 6 by 4. That's chunky. That is chunky. So I wonder if we can get... Can we fit like 2 in here? I mean, I'm going to guess that one belt feeds like 3 or 4 of the generators. But we aren't going to need that many straight away. We might only need 1. Possibly 2. Okay, time to dig another layer down. Yeah, I'm trying to consider now which factory game to carry on with. Because Satisfactory, after 1.0, I did spend a good, like, 8 hours playing it. Getting up to the coal stage. And then I kind of remembered that I'd got up to this point, like, 10 times already. Because all the stuff at that point has already been out of early access for a while. And it's a bit of later content that came out with 1.0. And on realising that, I was like, oh, I'm not getting anywhere. I'm just doing the same thing that I have done again and again and again. For like, however long I think 2 years I've had Satisfactory. And so, I'm going to admit, I got a little bit bored. Dyson Sphere program, I think I do want to go back to it at some point and start going into like the really crazy giant builds where we start, because at the moment the last Dyson Sphere save we had for stream, we'd made most of the Dyson Sphere in the one place, but we'd only really messed around in a single solar system. In a single solar system we'd messed around in. We hadn't gone elsewhere, and there's like 40 odd 50 stars in the entire map that we can go to, including a black hole. And so I'm wondering at some point maybe like, do we want to go back in and like do some more stuff in Dyson Sphere program? Satisfactory is definitely going to be I'll play it if it's with other people. Yeah, if Sheepa and Ace are up and want to play, I'll play with them. if it's Factorio, I don't mind playing that solo, but also playing it with sheep. We did have a couple of games ongoing that we ended up just stopping. I think because one of them was just pain. That C block, oh my god, C block was painful to get that going. Tectonica, if I do play it again, it's more going to be just to see how things have changed over the past year and a half, I think, since I last played.
No more filling that biomass burner by hand for you. It's time to upgrade to the burner generator and dig up ignium ore for automated power production. Let's power up our future.
Trying to think of the other fan. Shapes 2 I played. Honestly, bored. I played Shapes 1 for quite a bit back in the day, and it was okay. Thought I'd give Shapes 2 a try, and unfortunately it's kind of meh. It's just the exact same as the first game, but 3D now. Okay, that is all connected. Okay, and we are getting power. So there's the ignium coming out of that. How... Oh, we can... I'm going to make one for now and then see how big they are. Okay, they're 4x4, the 6 is upwards. So I can fit 3 in here. Max output 1.8. Yeah, we're not going to need 3 of these for a long while, but you know what? Why not? Okay, so let's have you feeding out there. Okay, there's no power at the moment. That's fine. As long as we give one of these enough power just to start things going. then hopefully... Okay, you've started going there. Perfect. Yep, automated fuel sources, that's fine. That's what we have. But yeah, I'm still not sure about this one. Because I think it is going to have the same problem that I have with Satisfactory, which is there's a lot of walking around involved. I mean, even in Satisfactory with the Edge Runners, or Blade Runners, or whatever they're called, they're still quite slow to run around. And obviously with Satisfactory, the world is like pre-generated. This is, you know, procedural. So it can go on for as long as it has to go on for. Which is nice on the one hand, because we can build lots of things in lots of small factories. Because the ore nodes are going to be like, well, like in Factorium, really, it's like actual ore nodes that are, you know, infinite, really. When you go like, just go a bit further, oh, there's another one, go a bit further, oh, there's another one. Whereas in Satisfactory, there's only a limited number, and you've got to start being like careful eventually. And I'm not a fan of that. So I probably will carry on playing it off stream for a while. See if it's like actually going to be in, like, get more of the research done. Maybe like neaten things out a bit. Figure out the sort of like plan of how we want to go about doing it, and if we are going to carry on streaming it, what we're going to do with it. Is it just going to be we'll just play and see what happens, or are we going to have like some like we're going to like completely destroy the world, flatten it out plan? Hello, Seb.
Indeed, I do wonder about the universe, but let's focus on not getting lost in it, shall we?
Fuck off, Carl. Don't you be mean to Seb. Let Seb think about whatever Seb wants. Yeah, because things like, you know, we have a like this large ore patch, but this is only really like dealing with like this chunk of it. So we can like have more things on there. So maybe like I will do the whole scaling up thing. You know, start making, you know, doing a main boss or anything like that. But we'll see. I mean, I'll play it until I get bored, essentially. That could be we get several more streams out of it. We could even finish the content that's currently in early access. Or it may be one more stream and then I'm like, you know what? We're going back to one of the ones that's like 2D. Because when it takes like a minute to get from the North Pole to the South Pole in Dyson Sphere program, compare that to walking around in this, and this is probably going to get tedious a lot quicker unless there's like researches later on that improve move speed or give us vehicles or something. Which honestly don't think I noticed. Did I completely miss that? Okay, we can get piping at some point. Incinerators, mining device, blah 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 blah. Construction industry is where the modular stuff starts coming in. So this might be interesting to get to, just to try it. It's like drone ports are used to construct large modular buildings. So maybe things will be interesting at that point. But yeah, honestly, I'm not too sure. Oh, that's an interesting assembly lines. Okay. Okay, there's our inevitable fracking. Oh, and there's no place to search. I can't type to look for anything. That's not a nice one. Okay, can get a greenhouse. Okay, I was wondering about the seeds. That's obviously what they're used for. But yeah, you may well get to a point where you get bored of walking around in this game. Okay, jetpack's fine, but how fast is the jetpack? Also, it uses fuel. Ugh. Anyway, enough of that. We've got some basics going. We've got power going. Like actual power, not just this shitty biomass stuff. I think I'll leave it there. And go and have something to eat. So I probably will like carry on playing off stream for a while. See if it's feasible to have any more streams of it, or whether it's just going to be a if I'm bored I'll play it myself. Let's have a look. Until then, let's have a look. Who is on to raid? I think Lady Foxlace was saying she was going to be on. So she might be here. There she is. Oh, and there we go. She's streaming, and also Mikey Mega Mega, who is a way bigger streamer than me, and I'm not going to raid them. So let's raid Lady Lace. So yeah, thank you everyone for watching. It's been fun. Hopefully I'll get a stream in middle of the week, depending on energy. If not, it will probably be next weekend again. So until then, have fun. Say hi to Lady Foxlace for me, and bye-bye. I say that, and then I have to wait for the raid to happen, and there we now we can raid. Bye-bye.